with another Alliance War video, and this is not the one that previously happened, but the Alliance War that happened before. It took me some time to upload my video, but at least I have it out so you guys could see. So currently, as you see, I am going against T-Rex here, and I use Captain Infinity War because number one, T-Rex is not duped here, and I have nothing to worry about, especially since it's only section 1. I can't remember if it was a R3 or a R2 T-Rex, but at the end of the day, the placement was a little bit weird in my opinion because I do not know what they were expecting. But as you can see, I did get clipped, but Captain Infinity War glanced that attack, and I am not too fearful about the rock stacks. His rocks failed apparently because it's not really doing much damage, so I'm just going to end it here with an SP1. Well, so I thought, but Dex is SP2 and just finish it off with another heavy. This fight was quite simple. It wasn't difficult. I still don't understand why T-Rex was there. If he was duped, maybe I would be a little more concerned, but he wasn't duped, and this fight was simple and straightforward. I used Captain Infinity War because, as you can see, he's rank 3 and he will put out the most damage compared to Quake and Nick Fury. Obviously, Nick Fury relies on his bleed, so T-Rex is bleed immune, so that wouldn't have worked well. So the next fight is going to be Mephisto. Now, I'll just skip forward through this one, play it as fast as possible because at the end of the day, it's just another quick fight, and Mephisto is not too difficult to fight. He's kind of like, I don't even know what to say, but he's just Mephisto. He's like nothing special, especially when you're using Quick. So I'm finishing off with 100% health. I did not get hit, which is a good thing. My alliance members will take care of the next fight, and the next fight I'm going to take is actually Thing. Now Thing is currently on Footloose. Now this is not a difficult fight, but with the right champion it's quite simple. Like, if you watch my last Alliance War video, I did use Stealth Spidey, and that fight was over within 2 minutes. Now this fight that you're watching, now usually I fast forward through the quick fights, but I'm not going to do this for this one because I want you guys to see what happened in this fight and the errors that I made, and hopefully you guys do not make the same errors. Now the first error I made here, I did not change my masteries. If you follow my Alliance War videos, you will know that my alliance is taking it easy. So I did not change my masteries. I would have put on suicides to get more damage output, but I didn't, and I figured, you know what, I have 5 minutes to do this fight, so let's just make it quick and simple and not worry about anything. So as you can see, currently I have 100% health and Thing is at 52, but all that is going to change in a matter of seconds. Now he's going to get stunned from the, and still he's going to get stunned, yes, and he has the indestructible on him. So that's one of my biggest issue here. Now I'm parrying him at the right time, but whenever he's close to me and it's time to parry him, he gets an indestructible. So from there on, things are just not going my way. So Thing is at 2 bars of power, and I'm going back to Quaking. Now keep in mind, I'm looking at my aftershocks that have been placed on him. I'm looking at his rock stacks. Currently they're at 14. Now I can't hit him now. My aftershocks did not do any damage. He has indestructible and I'm cornered. So right now I'm thinking of a good opening where I could actually parry him. So this is one. So I'm going to pair him sometime around now because the aftershocks is coming on. But he did not dash forward and he did not attack me on time. So as you could see, the timer is almost on the halfway mark, and thing is still on the halfway mark, and I'm still at about 99%. So currently nothing is working according to plan in this matchup, and I get smacked with an SP1. Now I'm not nervous or anything, but I'm going back to quaking, because if you look at his rock stacks, he's at 13. My aftershocks is still connecting, still stunning him, but he's indestructible. Now at this point, I'm thinking to myself, I have to come up with another strategy in which I could actually stun him and get this fight over with. The willpower kicked in with because of the buff I have on me, which is good. It's giving me a bit of free healing, but it's just not what I want at this point. What I really want is not to get hit by an SP1. And obviously, I got hit by an SP1 again. His rock stacks is at 13. He's indestructible. I have 8 aftershocks. I need to parry him. I got smacked. He's stunned because oh my goodness. If you look at this fight, I watched this fight over and I'm thinking to myself, what can go wrong will go wrong. What is wrong? Everything is wrong. Now I'm looking at the timer here and I'm like, I'm at the 1 minute mark. What should I do? He's indestructible. I'm going back to quake him. What can I do? Can I get him to get stunned again so the aftershock could do the work? Maybe, maybe not. Yes. Finally, it happened. And now, if you keep an eye on the time, I'm at 50 seconds and going down. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, I really need to put a beating into thing if I have to take him down with quick. Now I know when I drop my SP3, he's going to be stunned for about 2 seconds. So I could go in and do some more damage. So that is the plan. I went in, I did a little bit more damage, 28 seconds, he's indestructible. I gotta remove that indestructible. So he's stunned again, indestructible. I'm not concerned about my health. I'm just concerned that this fight is taking way too long. With 12 seconds left, I decided to go in and put in some work. He's at 14 and boom! Thing got down. I looked at this and I'm like, yeah, not going to happen again. I am not going to use Quake here, especially if I'm not changing my mastery. It was nerve-wracking at the end because I'm like, this is an easy fight. Why is it taking me this long just to take down Thing on Footloose? So if you watch my last Alliance War video, you would realize that I took Stealth Spidey instead, and that worked out pretty well. I actually had the same team, which was Captain Infinity War, Quake, and then I used Stealth Spidey. I brought Stealth Spidey especially for that fight so I could just hammer through it and then be done. It worked out really well in my favor. If you haven't seen it, you could go back to the previous video and have a look. So this next one is just going to be an easy matchup with Mr. Fantastic and Captain Infinity War. Nothing really special here. I like when Mr. Fantastic actually drop his SP1s, because when he does that, Captain Infinity War will go unblockable, which means you could attack into him even if he's blocking, etc, etc, yada yada yada, which is fine. That's one of the reasons I like using Captain Infinity War there. Usually I will sometimes use Quake, but at the end of the day, too many Quake videos and it's Alliance War and I know I'm more comfortable with Quake, but yeah, it's time for a change that I use different champs to show you guys that they actually work. Now I took my cap to rank 3 before my human touch. Now some people might say that's a mistake, but in reality, if you playing Alliance War, Captain Infinity War is actually a good champ on attack. especially because of his glancing, his parry, he doesn't take too much damage, etc, etc, etc. His utilities for the other champs, it's just a solid option for Alliance War, especially because he could take a beating. And in my previous video, I did go against Doom. It was a 5-star Doom with my Captain Infinity War, and that match was epic. If you haven't seen it, like I said, you could go back and see it, review it, and yeah. And if you do that, you will see that I did take Havoc as well on that same node using Quake, but things did not go my way. Apparently, it was the first death in my alliance, thanks to yours truly. I wanted to pop an invulnerable boost, but I didn't because it was an R3. Whenever it's an R3, I always want to be safe and pop a invulnerable boost, but I did not get to do that in my previous video in the last Alliance War. This one is only a rank 5, so rank 5 versus rank 5, obviously Quake will dominate that fight, and that's exactly what happened here. Whenever Quake is going against Havoc, all you have to be mindful of is his little power gain that he gets. So apparently, as you see, like, he hasn't hit me, I haven't hit him, but he has almost half a bar of power. Now this is not to be concerning, but when it gets to like 95 to 99% of a bar of power, then you should be concerned. Like right now, he's almost at a full bar of power, so I have to hit him and push him to 2 bars of power, which is a lot easier to evade, etc, etc, etc. So all I'm going to do is bait out that special 2 and go back to quaking. You want him to throw the special 2 early, because once you go back to quaking, if you realize Havoc's power, he's like almost at a bar of power already. So when it's an R3, you just want to be a little more mindful of that. If you want to know the errors you can make in that type of fight, you could go back to my previous video and see the big error I made. I pushed him to 2 bars of power, and it was like 3 bars of power because I tried baiting out his special 2 and it just did not work out according to plan. Now the next fight I'm going to take is Void. Now the reason I brought Nick Fury was just for the synergy for Captain Infinity War. I tell a lot of people the best champion for Void on that node is Captain Infinity War. A lot of people say they did it with Nick Fury, which is fine, but because of I think it's redoubled determination, you do not want to stack bleeds or poison on Void. So basically what I'm going to do there is just try to parry his special attack and get as many parries in so I could bring up Captain Infinity's War kinetic charge. Now I'm at 3 kinetic. Void is dropping his special 1. I'm not too concerned about his debuff. His debuff will automatically be restored by Cap, which is fine as long as I have my kinetic charges up. Now the mistake most people make is they drop that SP2 and forget that once you drop the SP2 you lose those kinetic charges. So most times what you want to do is bank that SP3. The SP3 does a lot of damage. Now before you drop the SP3, you just want to hold charge your heavy and then drop your SP3 so you could get that added fury. Now this matchup is not almost over because Void is actually not a easy champ to fight, especially when there's so many things going on here. The other good thing is Cap is a stubborn defender or champion, so you don't have to worry too much about the indestructible. All you have to be mindful of is your charges. You also have to be mindful to get your intercepts in. Now Void health isn't that strong, so your light attack, your medium attack, they will do damage even though the protection is up. But if it's a champ like Doom, I'm telling you right straight off the bat, you do not want to use Captain Infinity War there. you might as well go with Human Torch, which is the safest option. Last war I went with Cap and it was not fun. It was kind of like my Quake versus Sting fight. The only difference is Quake had more health because she was gaining health from willpower, and Cap, well, let's just say he was getting a beating from a R5 Doom. Now, not because it's a rank 5 you take, you think that it's nothing. Doom is a very tanky champion, so you just have to be careful with the champions that you take into certain fights. And as you can see, this fight is almost over and it was only about 3 minutes, which is currently what a lot of the fights should be. The 5 minutes that Kabam is actually giving us for those matches, I really don't like it, but I could see where they are coming from. It has saved me with a lot of pots, I can tell you that much. 5 minutes is a very long time, so you just have to take your time and play the matchup the best way you can. Next one is going to be Quake versus Silver Surfer. Vigorous Assault. Nothing too fancy here. It's just a simple, quick video again. So Silver Surfer, the only thing you really have to worry about is his double mediums. Now it's not difficult to evade. You just have to be careful. Now if you cannot do it with just holding the heavy to evade both of that medium hits, then you could do what I do a few times. I will hold the heavy and then I will also dex and hold heavy again. It actually helps a lot, especially if you backed up into the corner and you're a bit nervous with the double mediums. You can do that and get away with it. But in this video, I wasn't perfect. I will get hit. I got hit there with the last piece of his medium attack, but it's not a big deal. Silver Surfer hits like a chump. So obviously, if you look at my health, the last piece of that medium was only 3%, which wasn't a big deal. And that's not the only time I got hit. So don't think I am perfect or I don't get hit. I do get smacked around here and there. So I pushed him away and then I got hit again with the end of a medium. And I'm thinking, wait, why am I getting hit with the last piece of the medium? But at the end of the day, this fight was over before it started anyway. So the next fight up I'm going to take is not that Killmonger, because obviously I would have died there. But I'm going to take Spider-Ham there. Now that was not my fight, it was Gundrilla's fight. But he told me to take it. Now, Nick Fury wasn't a bad option. I haven't fought Spider-Ham there before, but I decided to use Nick Fury because what can go wrong? It's Nick Fury, obviously. Plus, you have an extra life which he will shine on. Now, as you could see, I did 2 heavies to set the bleed up, and then I'm going to drop a special one which would not connect, but it will give me the spacing that I actually want from Spider-Ham. You do want to keep your distance from Spider-Ham. His animation is a bit quick. As you could see, I got hit by the SP2 without even thinking about it. But my indestructible actually kicked in, which is actually pretty good that I actually popped it. So this fight, it's a good placement, but anybody with Nick Fury could walk through this fight because I am not playing to the best there, but I am actually doing pretty well against this little piggy. The other option was Archangel, who I thought would have done a much better job because I have gone against Spider-Ham before, but I did so on Footloose. Now Spider-Ham on Footloose is a much better placement than he is on this node. He can be quick, yes, but he's a very quick champion, and before you know it, on Footloose you will be wondering like what the hell happened. But they decided to place him on brute force on Boss Island, and it wasn't a bad placement, but I had a tougher fight with him on Footloose. So as you can see, this fight is over. Did we win against the Chinese Alliance? I I think so. Nope. Yes, we did. It was Old Driver. That's what it was. It was Old Driver. They are actually good. So we did win that one. I have no idea why Notch is asking if this is platinum pool. I really thought it was gold pool, but at the end of the day, nothing much went on in the chat room. So I don't know if Old Driver is actually doing what we're doing, which is taking it slow for the season, but it is what it is. Hope you guys had fun. Peace.